American Idiot. A lot of people thought that the song was about George Bush, John Kerry included. And what are your thoughts post-election?
Well, for me, after the election, I think it meant more to me after the election than it did, you know, before, just because, you know, I don't know, for some reason the song American Idiot just sort of rang a little bit more true, you know, where that fight for your individuality a little bit more, especially after just all of the mud throwing that was going on between, you know, different political parties and, you know, all the polls and things like that, and where you're at, what statistic you are in the poll or whatever. So, you know, I think you know, it was never necessarily about George Bush, because I would never write a song to date it in that way. So it's just trying to find your individuality, you know, outside of, you know, what's going on in pop culture, politically, and, you know, commercially. So,
were you guys bummed though?
Yeah.
That John Kerry didn't win?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't want to say I expected it. I certainly hope for better. But it's just, you know, you just hope that people, in the same way that we're screaming out for individuality, you hope that people would declare themselves in opposition to something that they feel is not right, as opposed to just kind of saying, well, I kind of don't think that's cool. It's like, no, you got to put your foot down. And I think the next election comes around, people are going to realize that and take a stand for what they believe in. At least let's hope so. I know I will.
And thus far, in this moment in time, we have 2 videos from you guys, American Idiot, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, but we got
3
prequel coming.
That's right.
Holiday.
Which I'm really excited about.
So can you give us any insight into that video?
We did it like Lord of the Rings. We filmed them both at the same time in New Zealand. Oh, I didn't do New Zealand, but
I think I talked to you like a couple days after you did it, right, at the Voodoo Fest?
Yeah, it was...
Because you said we're doing Boulevard of Broken Dreams, but we also did Holiday, and Holiday would be the prequel. But in order for a prequel to be a prequel, you had to release the sequel first.
Yeah, well, it's what happens to us before we end up walking through the desert. Like in Boulevard, we're walking through the desert, and walking through the city, and looking all lonely and stuff. And then it's sort of what happens when our car breaks down. What happened? Like, it's the car ride from hell, pretty much.
Prior to the car breaking down, there's a whole bunch of stuff that kind of comes around, and it's pretty surreal at times. I'm excited. I think it's one of the most colorful, eye-popping videos we've ever done.
Can we go through the plot of American Idiot?
Okay. Well, it starts out with, you know, Jesus of Suburbia just becoming disenfranchised with where he lives, and is kind of sick of everything, you know, and he ends up just, you know, making his exodus and just, you know, bailing and going out to the city, whatever city, USA, and trying to sort of find his ethics and his beliefs, and then coming across, you know, just sort of being lonely, and then coming across a guy, Saint Jimmy, and which could be him, could not be him, and then he comes across the what's her name character, and she's a rebel, and then so now he ends up with sort of this ultimate choice in his life of whether he wants to follow a life of self-destruction, or he wants to go with life following his more of a value system. That is something that creates more of an individual.
And there's your Cliff Notes.
How serious are you guys about making this into a movie?
Well, I just wrote a treatment for it, so we're dead serious, you know. Just looking for, right now we're in the process of looking for a writer and interviewing people. It's all in development, so it's a beginning stage for sure, you know, but it's exciting because, you know, I mean, it was something that ended up being, it was a pipe dream, and now it's turning more into a reality every day, so.
But it's been a while. Like, when was the last movie that came from, like, an album?
Oh, God. Purple
Like,
Rain?
that wasn't
Rain,
cheesy, because there was the American Idol movie, and there was
the
the Vanilla Ice movie. What was
Cool
that
as
called?
Ice.
Cool as
Cool as
ice.
Ice.
Cool as Ice, yeah.
We say once you drop the zero and get with the hero.
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain.
Yeah,
Which was good.
That wasn't
Yeah,
cheesy.
it was good.
Would that have been the last one?
The
last good one.
Yeah.
Last good one. For the movie, and you've already got the artwork done here. I could see that on a movie poster. Who would play Jesus of Suburbia?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Wow. Do you have a second choice, or just
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe or Leonardo DiCaprio? Okay, then St. Jimmy.
Samuel L. Jackson. Say what again?
And a second choice would be Bobby Lee from Mad TV.
Okay. And then,
Nice.
would you guys be in the movie?
I don't know.
I do a good drag. What's her name? Maybe.
But you have to be Tunny, right?
No, I don't have to. You know, we can go
Right.
outside of a conventional
Make a good guess.
casting.
I feel really good where we're at in our lives right now, and I think, especially with kind of the learning that we've done in the process of making this record, and not being afraid to take chances and go through that process in order to find your creative space to make a really good record. If we can keep on this track, and channel those things for the next record and stuff, I think we just really want to keep writing great music and moving forward, playing great shows.
It's neat when you think of the 90s, first you think of like Nirvana, then you think of Green Day. And if you would have to continue on that line, who would you guys pass the torch to? If you'd have to give the
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think of them definitely next.
I don't know. It became. It seems like
We're not passing the torch, buddy. We're keeping it.
Yeah, we kept it the whole time.
Yeah, we're gonna bogart that torch.
Did you guys ever meet Nirvana?
No, not really. We know Dave. Yeah, we met him one time, but it was after Kurt passed away.
Yeah, I mean, we stood right next to Kurt, but it was kind of like, it was backstage. Everyone was bugging him. We're kind of like, what do we really want to talk to them about right now? We're both we're heading towards their boat, and they're in this chaotic state. So
We were playing.
obviously, like the music.
Yeah, we were playing Evergreen College in Olympia, Washington, like in 1990, and him and Kathleen Hanna were out front getting drunk while we were playing. So we were playing like someone's house, like it was like a co-op or something like that. So
And of course you knew who he was at the time.
knew Nirvana, wasn't he? It was before Nirvana was like,
Yeah, I don't even
blew
think I
up.
knew at
They
the
were.
time.
I mean, at that point they put out Bleach and a couple of singles from Sub Pop, but I think that was it.
Well, I think a lot of my favorite bands were unified in their music and their styles and things like that too. I mean, when I look at a band like, the Ramones or the Clash or whatever it was, I don't care what you're wearing as long as you're somewhat unified. That's just I think musically and as individuals, when there's too many individuals in a band, you kind of gotta wonder.
Yeah, I concur.
Okay. Because for years you've been wearing the tie. But was there a meeting between the three of you where we're like, all right, we're going to go black, we're going to go red?
I think we all kind of just headed that direction in our time off. We just wanted to dress up here and there and blah, blah, blah. We're thinking, I don't know, let's just start wearing that stuff we've been wearing lately. I kind of want to carry this on, and then we definitely wanted to move forward with a certain look live, and carry a certain sense of, this album's a little more serious than maybe some of the stuff we've done before,
A lot of people think, I'm going to see sort of like a rock band. They're just going to play songs. But I appreciate how you involve the audience, as from the audience perspective.
Well, it's
where we come from.
we want to leave a lasting impression everywhere we go. So especially when you're playing, at a festival with a bunch of bands. You want to be able to stick out, when it comes to all those bands. So not in a way that's competitive or anything like that, but in a way where, like you wanted someone to walk away going, oh, it was a great show. Oh, but Green Day was really good. So that's all the best shows that I saw growing up. That I think that's to watch the better bands. I think that's sort of one thing I've learned from them. You know,
We played in the Bay Area, and this little kid, we pulled this little kid up, and he played bass on stage with us. This was a few years back, and this little kid was about this tall, and he had a big blue mohawk. He's like, and he just played. He was a cute kid, man, and he got there and he just killed it. It was awesome. Bass was too big for him, everything, and he played. Then the next night, we were playing the Oakland Coliseum, and for some reason, we just were absolutely destroying the backstage, and it was really fun. But I was drunk. It was a drunken stupor. It was some fun stuff. But I come outside, the security guy's sitting there right in there in the chair, and I go, "How come you're not busting us, dude?" The guy looks at me, he goes, reaches under his chair, pulls out a paper, opens the front page, and there's that kid on the front page of the San Francisco Chronicle. He goes, "That's my son. You can do whatever the hell you want." You learn something from like every show, and I think we've played so many shows. I mean, well over 1,000 shows, probably creeping up on 15 or something now. It's just we've just been playing forever, and from each one of those shows, we've probably taken something, whether we knew it or not. I think we've put ourselves in enough, and we continue to do it, put ourselves in enough scary positions to where, like, playing the album front to back is terrifying, and it's something that, there's so much in there, but when you do it, it's kind of like the knowledge or whatever you gain from it, you gain after you do it, so you don't gain it by thinking it up and go, oh, we could do that, and not doing it.
ooh, we should do that again.
Yeah, it's like, do it again. Did it scare you? Did it scare you enough? Do it again,
And I wanted to ask you about Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Where did the song come from? Like the delay on the guitar, just everything. Because it sounds, the first time I heard Boulevard of Broken Dreams, I thought it was a cover song. Because it sounded so familiar. So I'm wondering how it like came up amongst you three.
I mean, I wrote that song in. God, I wrote that song. I was in my kid's room. He's got a drum set, and I put, I was just kind of messing around on a 4-track, and so I don't know. It's just one of the songs that, I think for me it was like it kind of had sort of a rock thing going on or something like that, and it was like we've talked before about how you do something that's new, that it ends up feeling like it could be scary and exciting at the same time, and so. For us, I think we were on to something when, I just ended up bringing it to practice and just kind of playing with it, and, We're playing our first stadium show in England at this place called Milton Keynes, and we'll be playing, it's Green Day, at 65,000 people, and so that's pretty exciting, too.
You've played to that many people before, right?
Yeah, but it's mostly
so far,
festivals.
So far, this is only us on the bill.
Yeah,
we still got to get an opening
special
band.
guest.
yeah. So it's a
just
regular,
about sold out, so we're doing good.
yeah, regular Green Day show. Just but and 65,000 people. So.
Any New Year's resolutions for you?
I don't know. For me, I just want to. I want to be in the best band in the world, and I think it feels like I am in one. So, feeling pretty good about it right now.